Hello everybody who's watching this video and welcome to my first video. My name is Steve and today I'm gonna talk about how was my experience at cruise ship. There was a lot of fun things and let me begin. So at first I had to go through the agency. I needed to contact the agency, so it wasn't that hard because I had some recommendations from some of my friends who work on cruise ships as well. And they just sent me a link and I made a profile, applied for a job, and they said I need to turn 21.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not.
It was December. And after that, I said, okay, let me wait till the April. So I turned 21 and immediately applied for a job. So when I turned like 21, I applied again and I did wait like 1 month for them to contact me, which that 1 month was like the longest month in my life. Got contacted by agency and I had interview with them first so they can check my English and check my knowledge, how I speak, how I communicate, and they said I'm pretty well at it. So I had another interview after that, which is like company interview, and they pretty much like me because I was pure positive person. Yeah. After that, I had to do like the papers. I had to do like a lot of stuff, including the visa, the medical, the police clearance, mariner test. Then I waited for my embarkation day. So I had to buy a card in one way, so in another way the company pays a card for me. Anyway, I needed to go from Dubrovnik to Hamburg, from Hamburg to Istanbul, and it was like crazy ride. The most important thing is that it was like my first time traveling by the plane, and it was scary as what happened in Istanbul. I'm lost in Istanbul. Yeah, they changed like the gates few times and I got freaked out, honestly. So I had to do like walking to find a gate, asking people who basically didn't know English very well. So I was like shocked and scared. And so I just decided to, to listen to this here. And I found my gate. After that, I went from Istanbul to Hamburg. When I arrived at Germany, they asked me for a visa and I had only American visa, and they were like, you cannot enter without a visa. And I was like, what am I gonna do right now? This is so complicated. And they were talking like in German something, the two police officers, and after that they said you can go, and I was like, unfortunately the agent who was supposed to wait for me to at the airport to escort me to the hotel wasn't there, and I was like, oh my god, what should I do now, what should I do now, what should I do now? So I saw the taxi and I took the taxi and he took like 30 euros. I mean, like around $32 from me to the hotel. So I went to hotel and I was like, oh, good evening, how are you? May I have reserved here because I'm a crew member, so I'm showing them my papers and they're like, we don't have you written here. And I was like, what? And I'm showing them screenshots and they're like, okay, let us just call them. So when they called them, they said, "Ah, yeah, you're Stefan. You have reserved," and I was like, "Yeah, okay. Here's the key. You have dinner, na na na," and I was like, "Okay." Oh yeah, and not to forget to mention that.
Catch me outside, how about that?
So next morning, when I woke up early, and they said that like the van will wait for us, so they will bring us to the ship. I got my suitcase in, and we were driving like a good 10 minutes. And when we arrived, I was like, oh my goodness. We had to go through the check, and they took my iron because you cannot bring the iron on a cruise ship, and I was like,
No, again.
so it's a little bit weird because I'm not really in the mood, right now it's cloudy, and I promise I will be more funny next time in the next story time. So basically I got it on the ship, and I went to HR, and they like gave me those cards that we have there and stuff like that, and the key and like the seat pass and other stuff. And I needed to wait for a supervisor so he can show me off the ship, where to go, where is my cabin and stuff like that. I am lost. So in one moment I just got lost. That was too much information for me, but as a beginner it's totally normal because everybody went through that when they got on the cruise ship for the first time. At least that's what people say. When he showed me off, I didn't have my shift, so I didn't need to start right away with the work. So I had to start that night because I was working in the bar, and that bar was closed until that night. And that night I got my first shift, and I was so happy, and I met some good people and one girl who helped me a lot through the whole adventure and whole contract, and it was great. She was like my teacher. She was like, don't do that, do that. This is how you make this cocktail. This is how you make that cocktail, because the cocktail recipes were completely different than the cocktail recipes in my country of Montenegro. So yeah, that was like how I got on the cruise ship the first day. And it was not that complicated. It was a lot of information, but I guess you get used to it in the time. So plus I met a lot of people from my country, from the neighbor countries, and we got a really good time over there. Yeah, I think that in next video I will talk about COVID situation on cruise ship, and it was not that complicated as they are speaking about it. They really took a good care of us. Right now I'm at home waiting for my next contract because all of this COVID situation, I'm still waiting for my contract. 2 days ago I should already start my contract, but they had to delay it for I don't know when. So I hope that my life at cruise ship will continue with even more adventure than it was. See you.